Hi, my name is Katie Cox and welcome to my YouTube channel. I've been talking about doing this for over 10 years and God finally said, do it. You got to take action. Now is the time. I feel like the times that we're living in right now are just really something far different than anything I've ever experienced up until this point. But about 35 years ago is the first time that as an adult, I had a spiritual awakening. And shortly after that, I got sober and I started a journey of recovery. And at the time, I thought that this journey was just like a destination that, I was going to reach this certain point and live happily ever after. And that wasn't the case. I've had to overcome many trials and tribulations, various addictions, mental illness, raising children with the same sort of things, coming to learn that trauma, addiction, and all of these things are more common than I would have known, and that there is a solution and that there is hope. So this channel is going to be about me sharing my journey and creating a space for all of you who, like me, have been on this journey and who have at one point felt hopeless and not knowing how you're going to make it through the next thing, or how are you going to overcome the eating disorder, the food addiction, the love addiction, the alcohol or drug addiction, the child who has those same struggles. It goes on and on and on. And I've come to realize that it's a journey and that this journey is never going to end as long as I'm in this human form on this planet Earth, but that God is in every moment, every step of every day. And God is constantly working through others to help me learn. And we are all teachers and we're all students, and we don't need to go through this life alone. My faith has grown tremendously over the years, and it's changed a lot over the years as well, as has my wellness and as has my like I said, the journey of recovery. It's kind of like peeling the layers off an onion and kind of getting to the core issue, but we're never there. It's just, you keep moving and growing and evolving and changing. And, I'm looking out my window and it's a beautiful fall day and the leaves are changing colors. And I remember many years ago in 1989, when I first got sober, driving down Lake Avenue in Glenview, Illinois, seeing all the leaves on the trees changing colors. And it was for the first time that I realized, I'm seeing in color. Up until then, I didn't know it, but it felt like life was just black and white and different shades of gray. And it was such an exciting time. And every time that fall came around, I realized, wow, it's another season of change. And then it's like we're dying to our old self. And then we go through this winter, this other season. And then in spring, new life comes again. And I love spring. I love summer. I actually love all the seasons except for winter. I don't like the cold weather. But anyway, God has placed it on my heart that I need to share my journey of recovery and of faith and of wellness with other women who have been going through life like me. We can't go through it alone. We need community and we need God. And I'll tell you, it's as hard as life has been for me, it's extraordinary. I love it. I call it this beautiful, difficult, wonderful, messy, incredible, glorious, challenging journey called life, because it is. And God meets every need that I have. And in hindsight, in the journey, I don't always recognize why I'm going through this or why do I have to feel this way or this and that. But I know that there is a reason and that everything is in divine order and that we are here to love each other, to serve each other, and to help each other. I say that we're all just walking each other home, and it's such a gift. It's such a blessing. There have been times in my life where I've been suicidal, where I've been hopeless, where I didn't want to live. I've had children who felt the same. I've had a son who died from an overdose. But life goes on, and all we have is this precious moment. And without God, without friendship, without fellowship, without family, without faith, we couldn't do this. We couldn't do this life. So on this channel that I'm finally creating, because I'm a consumer and I love to watch YouTube videos, I love to listen to podcasts, I love to go learn from others. I am a lifelong learner, and I'm now a coach because I'm constantly learning and constantly growing, and I want to teach others what I've learned. But God has finally said it's time to stop learning, and it's time to stop consuming, and it's time to step out, take some action, and create. We are creators. We are created in God's image, and we all have the gift of creation within us. And I like to think of it as co-creating with God. So anyway, I've talked a lot longer than I intended. This is just supposed to say, like, hi, I'm here. I'm going to do this. I don't exactly know what's going to unfold. I think my channel name will be something like Rising Up or Keep On Keeping On. And it's a journey of faith, recovery, and wellness for women like me who have known all the trials and difficulties of family life being touched by trauma, addiction, mental illness, and knowing that there is hope, there is healing, and there is a way out. And I'm so grateful for the gift of life. And I look forward for you guys joining me on this journey. And so if you're interested in being a part of this community, click subscribe, and let's do this. Let's do it together. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. I'll be back again soon.